invite the President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs for the chairman's response. But before that, Nanana will give us a libation to the Lord Almighty. We are waiting for the response from the chairman of this occasion, the President of the National House of Chiefs in the Eastern Region, the Paramount Chief of Manya Krobo, Nene Sakite II.
Your Excellency, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, Sector Minister of Food and Agriculture, Honorable Dr. Owusu Afriye Akoto, Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Mavis Hawakumsin, my Eastern Regional Minister, Honorable Seth Agyapong, other distinguished sector ministers here today, municipal district chiefs executives, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, our cherished and hard-working farmers, fellow Ghanaians from every part of this nation, we've been drawn here together today to collectively give expression to our appreciation to the men and women whose full-time occupation has sustained the lives of Ghanaians, themselves ignoring the brazen sun of fear, of storm, of grass creatures, so as to put on the table, so as to put food on the table of the nation. All Ghana have Ayeko Farmers' Day has always been a great day to me. More importantly, seeing our gallant farmers rewarded for their hard work and relentless commitment to feeding us and providing health to our bodies. I cannot hide but express my utmost gratitude to you all for choosing me as the chairman for the 38th National Farmers' Day celebration, and which has the theme accelerating agricultural development through value addition. We are gathered here today to celebrate the tremendous efforts of our nation feeders. I mean our crop and livestock producers, whom we cannot survive without them. Every year around this time, their contribution to our survival is always acknowledged, to encourage them to continue doing more. Our gallant farmers, we appreciate your efforts, and it will never go unnoticed. You always have our unwavering support. This region is endowed with a unique diversity in terms of culture, ethnicity, vegetation, and also contributes greatly to the food basket of this nation. The region grows almost the staple crops in commercial quantities, cultivates 3 major food security crops: maize, rice, and cassava. In view of this, the region would be grateful to have the establishment of agro-based industries to enhance value addition and to ensure availability of these staples even in the lean season. We are hopeful that this year's event will usher in a renewed spirit among the stakeholders in the agricultural sector to come on board. Because I'm pretty sure will help reduce high levels of import in the agricultural sector. The Eastern region has already taken the initiative in value addition and has successfully held 2 commodity satellite markets to display the products of small-scale processors in the region to the general public. The Eastern region also has a great potential to develop its poultry and livestock subsector and also its agricultural mechanization. Agricultural mechanization and technology centers should be factored into the One District, One Factory initiative to ensure effective and efficient mechanized agriculture in every district and municipality. This will help facilitate sustained value addition in agricultural
that the first National Farmers' Day celebration was held in Osino in the Fantiakwa South District of the Eastern Region. Nene Chairman, the Eastern Region is blessed with diversity and abundant natural resources. This diversity extends to culture and agriculture as well. The region boasts of 4 out of the 6 agroecological zones in Ghana, and this makes it conducive for the cultivation of nearly all crops, rearing of poultry and livestock in Ghana. The theme for this year's Farmers' Day celebration is accelerating agricultural development through value chain addition. I'm extremely excited about this theme because it's our mindset from production towards value addition. In order to achieve this, there has always been a conscious effort in the Eastern region to strengthen our farmer agribusiness linkages by improving the capacity of smallholder farmers to add value to their products, converting their subsistence agriculture to commercial agriculture through the processing of their products in an enviable initiative called the Eastern Commodities Satellite Market. Nene Chairman, Your Excellency, Mr. President, the Eastern region continues to prioritize agriculture by demonstrating a firm commitment to the improvement of the sector by increasing the involvement of women and the youth in agribusiness. This is evident in the region's outstanding performance in the implementation of a number of agricultural flagship programs, i.e. planting for food and jobs, planting for exports and rural development, the rearing for food and jobs, and one district, one factory, to mention a few. Mr. President, your commitment to the sector has indeed signaled the dawn of a new era for Ghana's agriculture. And my region, your region, has and will always continue to contribute its quota to the success of these programs. In living and packaging of at least one agricultural commodity in which they have competitive and comparative advantage and facilitate processing as well. The Eastern region is expediently placed by the virtue of its location and diversity to become a key agro-industrial hub for this country, particularly when it comes to the manufacturing of dairy food products to feed the urban populations in Accra and Kumasi. Also, with the region's close proximity to the national airport and Tema Harbour, products developed and produced in this region can easily be exported outside our continent and even within the continent. Though very young, this initiative has become an enviable model within the agricultural sphere and has the potential to make the Eastern region a hub for agricultural industrialization in our beautiful republic. Nene Chairman, Your Excellency, Mr. President, not too long ago, on this same venue, with the able support of our partners, TIAS Group, the region witnessed the second edition of the Eastern Satellite Market Fair, dubbed the Eastern Regional Agribusiness and Investors Conference and Exhibition. Since the inception of the Eastern Commodity Market, we have, by your support, linked 13,685 farmers and small-scale processors to markets. At this very young age of our agenda only signifies that it is, if pursued vigorously, the Eastern region will achieve the objective of our agricultural industrialization. I entreat all of you here to take a stroll through the stands of the Eastern Commodity Satellite Market and purchase an item safely produced, properly processed, and packaged right here in the Eastern region. I'd like to end by saying, Ayiko to all farmers and fisher folks throughout Ghana for the big role you are playing in ensuring that we have food all year round. May the good Lord continue to bless all of us Once again, you're welcome to Eastern Region, the land of diversity and the city of flowers, Koforidua. You're welcome.
Another round of applause for the affable Eastern Regional Minister, Honorable Seth Kwame Agyapong. Your Excellency, we have here one of our biggest donors, the relationship banks that provided syndicated money for Cocoa Board to buy our cocoa. And this is the first time that they're here, and they want to extend courtesies to you and your ministers of state. So here we are, the relationship banks that provide syndicated loan and money to purchase our cocoa. Thank you very much for your support all these years. We thank you so much for showing us that gratitude. This is the 28th edition of the National Farmers Day, also live on the national television GTV. And at exactly 3 o'clock, UTV will show one of the biggest matches in Qatar 2022. And then again, we're also live on Angel TV and all the affiliate stations of ABN, and of course, Asasi Radio. Your Excellency, I acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Alex Ano Asanvo, the Executive Secretary, Côte d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative. And we also have the 2021 Best Fisher, Mr. Kweku Ehun, here with us. Thank you very much for your support. Our major sponsors include ADB, SM Bank Ghana, Stanbic Bank, the Ghana Chamber of Mines, the Ghana Cocoa Professionals and Farmers Association, Interplus Ghana, New Okaf Industries, Yara Ghana, Kujis Ghana, Winka Sunshine, Nanan Ventures, Gilside Ghana, Kali Ghana, Rainbow Ghana, Crocodile Matches, Guinness Ghana, Japan Motors, Concept Green, SM Group. We thank you very much for your support. We thank you so much for all the good things that you've been doing to our farmers. Japan Motors, CCT, Amisachi Ghana, Kamal Ghana Limited, Michael Star, and Pioneer Food Cannery. From Ho to Tachiman, to Cape Coast, and now to Koforidua, he's always there to support the Farmers' Day and support our farmers. Board member of Cocoa Board, ever beautiful Nana Dokua. Ma Dokua, you're graciously welcome. Chairman, she's among the best female politicians and women leaders we have in the country, no doubt. Her leadership role began at an early stage. She is an educationist, gender activist, a grassroots politician with enormous experience in mobilizing votes at the grassroots level. Gracious Minister of Fisheries and Agriculture Development MP for Awutu Senya East, Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsin. And on this note, I'd like to invite Honorable Hawa Kumsin to give us a remark. A round of applause for the Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsin.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Nene Chairman, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, Honorable Minister for Food and Agriculture, the Regional Minister, Honorable Ministers here present, Deputy Ministers, Nananom, Members of Parliament, our esteemed guests, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are here in this beautiful city of Koforidua to celebrate the National Farmers and Fishers Day. This day is set aside by government to recognize and honor our industrious farmers and fishers for their contribution to national economic development, and also offer a platform to showcase and take stock of agriculture and fisheries sectors in the year under review. I am therefore excited to join His Excellency, Mr. President of the Republic, colleague ministers and members of Parliament, farmers and fishers, and the good people of Ghana to observe the 38th edition of the celebration. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the year has been a very active one for the fisheries and aquaculture sector. My ministry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, it will also require developing the capacity of the traditional fish processors, who are mostly women. The ministry is collaborating with the Food Research Institute to improve value addition in the sector. As a result, of the collaboration, new fish products such as fish powder, fish kebab, fish sausage, fish balls, and others have been developed, and uptakers are being encouraged to commercialize these products. Under the FAO NORAD-funded project, empowering women in small-scale fisheries for sustainable food systems, 4 fish processing facilities at Elmina, Germany, Tema, and Axim have been equipped with IT equipment, furniture, personal protective equipment, etc., to facilitate both practical and theological training programs for small-scale fishers, including fish processors. In addition, 2 fish processing centers have been constructed for off-takers and fish processors in Takoradi and New Ankasa to reduce post-harvest losses under the GIZ MOFAD AFJ project in the Western region. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while promoting value addition, the ministry has put in place measures to ensure sustainable exploitation of our fisheries resources. The ministry implemented the closed season for all fishing fleets. This measure is to ensure the rebuilding of overexploited fish stocks and recovery of depleted fish species. I have had discussion with my colleague ministers in Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and Benin, and they have agreed to observe the closed season simultaneously with Ghana in 2023. Again, a ministerial directive effective 1st September to industrial trawlers have to change their gear to conform to new specification. This is to reduce the high catch of juvenile fishes and bycatch. Fishing and processing inputs such as fishing nets, 6,000 bundles of worm mesh, 20,000 basins, and 5,000 outboard motors have also been distributed to fishers and fish processors in 189 communities along the coast. A state-of-the-art national aquaculture center and commercial farms is being constructed to provide skills training in various aspects of aquaculture for the youth to take up aquaculture as a viable enterprise. The center located at Amahia, when completed, will contain indoor aquaculture structures, classrooms, and accommodation, park houses, and cold storage facilities. The wastewater from the facility will be used for the cultivation of vegetables. The project is expected to be completed and commissioned in January 2023. The ministry will continue to ensure that fishers and aquaculture operators have access to the needed inputs. I wish to thank our sponsors who have supported the ministry over the years to award the hard-working fishers and fish farmers. On this note, I wish all a happy National Farmers and Fishers Day celebration. Thank you so much.
So that was the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, Honorable Mavis Hawakumsim, giving her address.
Another round of applause for the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Mavis Hawakumsim. And as we do support the Black Stars with our whole hearts, we also have to patronize made in Ghana products, especially the Ghana rice. We have about 28 varieties of Ghana rice, and over the past 4 days, we've been cooking Ghana rice, sharing Ghana rice free of charge. So we have the Ghana jollof, the Ghana fried rice,
consumption.
The Ghana Mutu and the Ghana steam rice. Put them all together, very, very delicious. Now I'd like to invite the Klama Cultural Group from Odumaso Krobo to give us a display. Shall we welcome the Klama Cultural Group from Odumaso Krobo to show culture and tradition. Jubilee Park. From Odumase Krobo, around the big one indeed. A beautiful dance, displaying of culture and flamboyancy. Yes, from the Clama Cultural Group here in Odumase Krobo. Car number GS 2096-16. If you're the driver, please get closer to the car. As I invite the chairman of the National Farmers and Fishermen Award Winners Association of Ghana, Mr. Davis Nakobo, to give us a brief remark. Put your hands together for the chairman of the National Farmers and Fishermen Award Winners Association of Ghana.
The chairman, Sakite Kono of Banya Krobo traditional area. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana akufo-addo, Honorable Minister for Food and Agriculture, Honorable Dr. Efriye Akuto, Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, Honorable Mavis Hawa Yakubu, Ministers of State, our hosts, the Chairman of the National Planning Committee, Nananum Neneme MMDC's present, distinguished CEOs of ADB, EZIM, Stanbic, GESEL, GIPC, GEPA, Cocobol, Tree Crop Development Authority, and the Chamber of Agribusiness, our cherished development partners in the agricultural sector, farmer-based organizations, NGOs, diplomatic corps, the gallant farmers, the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm humbled to address such an important gathering as we celebrate our farmers and fisher folks on the occasion of the 38th National Farmers' Day celebration on the theme, Accelerating Ghana Agriculture Development Through Value Addition. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to congratulate our gallant farmers for holding the fort in sustaining the nation through these trying times. I salute all farmers, including all award winners and the entire agribusiness community on this day. Chairman, historically, farming was regarded as a form of schools. This perception over the years has hindered us and clogged our efforts at making agriculture attractive. In the recent past, however, agriculture in Ghana has evolved from the subsistence smallholder farming model to an industry where commercial farms are growing and contributing. However, agriculture in Ghana has evolved from the subsistence smallholder farming model to an industry where commercial farms are growing and contributing immensely to our GDP. The trajectory, although encouraging, has not been inspiring due to the lack in a value addition to the many crops we produce. This is an area of concern to the National Farmers and Fishermen Award Winners Association Ghana. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is improved clean water and sanitation, among others, rests on agriculture. These themes fit into the Ghana Beyond Aid vision of His Excellency the President, aimed at making Ghana sustainable and self-reliant through homegrown solutions. Your Excellency, as you mentioned in your address in the nation recently on the measures to stem the current alien economy, it is encouraging to note that the government will prioritize exports strengthen local manufacturing, and reduce imports, among others. This is a responsibility we cannot shirk as empowered and agribusiness community, and therefore commit to play our roles in this regard as responsible industry players. Ladies and gentlemen, making a country beyond aid, however, will be mere rhetoric if we do not strategically position agriculture in the context of value addition. Your Excellency, in the 7-point agenda of the 2023 budget recently presented to Parliament and the nation, we have noted 2 points primarily dedicated to our cause. 1, to boost local productive capacity, and 2, protect and diversify exports. We expect that the plans put in place to execute these 2 points will be as practical and sustainable as possible to ensure that we create value for our dear nation. The 100 million Ghana cedis a year supported to commercial farmers as announced is particularly encouraging. But would I be happier if about 1 billion was dedicated? And I'm happy the finance minister is here. We expect the development partners, we expect the Development Bank of Ghana and these partners to execute this project and ensure that
We thank you very much, Mr. Davis Nakomo, the chairman of the National Farmers and Fishermen Award Winners Association of Ghana. And as I acknowledge the presence of the Minister of Roads and Highways, Honorable Kwesi Amakwata, also here with us. Thank you very much for showing that gracious presence here. And the Deputy CEO, Finance and Administration, who's here to represent the CEO of Ghana Exim Bank, Mrs. Nana Acha Obing Adia. Thank you so much, Madam, for being here. And then Madam Lydian Bazali, also from Stanbic Bank. You are here to grace the occasion. Thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the creativity and of course the innovation we see today in the agri sector are just a few of his achievements. He is affectionately called the akufo-addo, who himself is a farmer and accomplished agri-economist. It is with pride and honor that I welcome the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Honorable Dr. Owusu Afie Akoto, proud son of Bafo Akoto.
And it will also go to a large extent to help reduce the price. So he expects the government to do more to help farmers like himself. And again, said there should be more increment of crops production.
Nene Sakite, the President of the Eastern Region House of Chiefs.
Take a listen to
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic,
Ghana Exim Bank also make
the Chairman of the Council of State,
at the 38th National
the Member of the Council of State representing the Eastern Region, the Minister for Fisheries and Agriculture, Minister for Finance, Minister for Roads and Highways, the Eastern Regional Minister, Deputy Ministers, Chairman and members of the Parliamentary Select Committee for Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs, Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Managing Director of the Agricultural Development Bank, and heads of financial institutions, the Chairman and the Chief Executive of Ghana Cocoa Board, Da Sibre Kwakubuatin III, Nananom, heads of religious bodies and organizations, the 2021 National Best Farmer and his colleagues, the farmers and fishers, directors and staff of the Ministries of Food and Agriculture and Fisheries and Agriculture, chairman and members of the National and Regional Planning Committee for the 38th National Farmers Day, the media fraternity, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time of the year which has been set aside by the law of our country to recognize and celebrate the sterling efforts of our farmers and fishers in providing nutrition, in providing nourishment to the rest of us, generating employment, supplying raw materials for industry, and generating foreign exchange for our overall development. In celebrating our farmers and fishers this year, we have kept to the two innovations that I introduced when I came into office in 2017. The first is the introduction of the agricultural fair in the days prior to the Farmers' Day. This is meant to offer an opportunity for all stakeholders in agriculture to showcase their products and services and generate business among themselves and with the general public. The second has been the regional capital to take turns to host the event. This year, the Eastern region is hosting the event here in Koforidua. We are so grateful to the regional minister and the regional director of agriculture and their officials who have worked closely with the National Organizing Committee headed by my able Deputy Minister, Honorable Frimpong, to put such a wonderful display in organizing this event. I'm so grateful to you all and your staff for a fantastic delivery. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, in keeping with our strategy of regular annual engagement with farmers and other stakeholders, we have already embarked on a field visit to 10 regions this year in the southern and middle belts of the country. The last leg of our annual visit takes us to the northern belt of the country right after today's event. These visits provide me and the ministry direct information to fully assess the performance on the ground and the priorities for policy direction. From our field visits so far, my assessment is that ongoing harvest will be good this year and our food security situation remain strong. The farmers and fishers who we celebrate today have built this security by responding very favorably to the incentives provided by government under the flagship Planting for Food and Jobs. In the 5 years, 2017-2021, the government of the akufo-addo has provided nearly 2.5 billion Ghana cedis in subsidies on improved seeds and fertilizers alone. In the food crop sector, farmers were able to apply these two inputs to produce additional foodstuffs in that period, that is 2017-2021, worth some 48 billion Ghana cedis at the farm gate. 48 billion Ghana cedis at the farm gate after inputting 2.5 billion Ghana cedis in the program. This is how capable our farmers have demonstrated their contribution to food security effort of this government. In addition, farmers all over the country have trooped to the offices of the district chief executives to collect and plant free of charge over 28 million seedlings of 6 selected tree crops under the Planting for Food and Export and Rural Development PAID program. This program is the policy by which this government seeking to diversify the tree crop subsector to add to the dominant traditional cocoa subsector. These are but two major examples of the strategic role of our farmers in partnering government in our transformational agenda for the people of Ghana. We therefore have great cause to celebrate our farmers and wish them a happy, happy Farmers' Day. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Food and Agriculture, akufo-addo, Honorable Dr. Owusu Afiye Akoto. Your Excellency, over the past 4 days, we've been here together with your MMDCs in the Eastern region. They have been working so hard to achieve this success.
There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. There you go, there you go.
from Agyapong.
Garinya bishari nya kansi te pukaru kobane include nanka buko bundir mu gare nang fen yalanga don so tina kulbe te chungo puhu pune do tina kulbe te chungo puhu pune chungo ma puhu ma dale nanye shelam baro ma gare yena yuna kam te puhule do so yen te kansi te tangan mo bundir
Marma yetabo Kufudia Jackson Park ke mane eya zaman pressure ma can you motor the brass on 38 National Farmers Day no cause the cake maboko some bro money are touch azura e garden there that am let don e sebia man
Your best show simple. Oh shit,
I'm very be what be in it. Your brother be being Ellen Brabay being and the metal do a more in my east, but I'll go by the night to this year morning. Ella Quadro go for the Amman on the island by Madonna walk. Ake a motiata boko for the Ake Erica or Anuma is run a toilet. The one that I can know Ibuka Kama, a young Ella Bob. Ania Jimma Mara boy, Jimel Sera, GBC. Unua Ghana Exam Bank ADB only Jimadoni Abreboa Bama Jimilen Aho Zrawo Akiboko Amoti Ngaden Dadon Beza Maba Maho immediate member and Gama money Badako Baba Habi na the Grane Aho Manatanikan na is Guamo Berfa Bashela on his coaching Obaka holding of Hamon also and Yaboko. What I can is come by Bamara, you book a granny eyes. You brought you to more young, Baba. It's going to pull a try. It's going to pull a try. It's going to pull a try. But you goes more young ones. I don't know what GTV, the granny. It's going to pull a try. But you goes more. Osina, ya, on one, Olisi, a good crama, Boko. A barker yet me. Moti, Mamingo. Nga mamo ekene na akoko ana woke odanko oba baby yazo tro ya mai akoko ana
yo sebole ke moti ake amrone wo ye chukuni park ye kokolfia ni wo he ni eba ni woni ne ehye wonye mi wi akono ni wo kle ba gbasa ne ye kucho yeli ne yawo oba ne o chefe oba ne nge joba oba so ni wo lo gbe ke no chuo ni ye yo igbe ji Paulina adi ni chuo ni ye electricity no ni wo ke ba wo freezer ni be pe bi e ko ye ha wo ni tu na ne wo kwa ni tap de ba je ni ke ba wo je ni wo pe pe si e ko e sha wo ba na me ni pe design artwork ne e wa wo wa ke wo labels pe mo wo na pe ni economy no wo kwe agbene ho je wo pe wo chuo ni maka ke wo regulatory agencies ne chuo ni como food and drugs bi ne e ja ke ni wo ncha pe ni ni efehwehwehwe ni kemo ko yesa ne ko aka jese keba wo bia ne ko amefio no ni wo chole progressive registration ameba e no fio ni eye dani no fio le ko aba certified wo ke fie na kan e ba nya ya trapo ya ni jala papa aba teme no le ko ni bi e fi ye ni wo nkwe e ja ko ba na ke jeme ye titiri ye ne kan ni chumo ne ni esani wa mo family ayaje meke wa me bona fe ni no fe no ayale boni wota wo se na mo abahe no se hwe wonyo wo kenekani bi ya manse ni efio shika ke ha ma
yo fa na gbe maspo no wo nga je afina gbijo yeli nehe
nga ni ma woji ni bi pi ni wodun oye bi esan he patan ni esan ke no ni wodun ye bi e wonya he ake Ghana bi ni bi pi ye ni wo hewale ni bi pi ye ni eke wo ya shon wo ka kesi wo ba di no ni je manse ni baba shebie dani wo ye noko shi no ni wo fio ye bi wo bomode ni wo nya he ni wo ye ni ha ni kapla ye okwafo eke ye ni tun he ni akotoku ya mi o yirado
yo mami Paulina ade ni ochuo ni ya mra lo fa ni chuo ni ko ni ko kwa ile no e wo na wa ka ko e ba gbasa ni hwane ne yo fa ne ko te akwaje mojuba
Yep.
wa ba fi yeli yo
Thank you. Put your hands together for the Onimno Sia Ohunu Cultural Group from the Akufo-Addo. You realize that whilst the regional minister sharing 10 Ghana cedis, the president was sharing 20.
Yo, abele kemi on to mi lese ye a kofri do mi le.
I have to share a bit
to ashama to governor mi le
and you
kofri
know,
do clear.
I have an article in the Daily Graphic with the headline the symbolic of the presidents. Anytime comes to an event, he communicates. Today, the name of the fabric
overall best farmer.
It is in relation
first runner-up,
to farmers.
second runner-up, best crop farmer, best livestock,
we have in
best female farmer.
And today, the presidents are adorning a Sobayere representation of
cocoa and
put your
cola
hands together for the fabrics.
Best youth cocoa farmer. Best
he is the father
farmer.
of the nation.
Best
who has shown excellent leadership.
Best
over
livestock.
Years.
Best fisheries.
He's so resolute
first runner
in his determination to bring prosperity to our He of all time. In fact, he is the African man of the year. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa akufo-addo.
Nana Addo Dankwa akufo-addo Ghana to Klolana Ponu Eyata Yanabo Aponu Vo Afi Yavubeto Noaga Akwe Agereme Makore Bright the Pamela Dodo Ne Alabamavado Hado Yantomi Yaba Mopato Mela Paperuta Ado to Klolana Nana Addo Dankwa akufo-addo Jibe Waponu Toji.
All right, so this is the 38th National Farmers Day Award, and His Excellency President Akufo-Addo is about to give his speech.
Christian and Muslim, chairperson and members of the Council of State, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, and Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya East, Ministers and Deputy Ministers of State, the Chairperson, and members of Parliament's Select Committee on Food and Agriculture, Member of Parliament for New Jabin South, and the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, the Member of Parliament for New Jabin North, and other members of Parliament, Municipal Chief Executive for New Jabin South, Municipal Assembly, the Chair and members of the Board and Chief Executive of Cocoa Board, the Managing Director of Agricultural Development Bank, the Chief Director of the Ministry for Food and Agriculture, the President and members of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, a Mahini of the New Jabin Traditional Area, members of the Diplomatic Corps, including the FAO Deputy Regional Representative for Africa, the 2021 National Best Farmer, our partners in the international financial community, residents of Akufo-addo, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Kumo Chairperson, I'm always happy to be back in Akufo-addo, capital of my home region, the Eastern region. I'm grateful to Almighty God for yet another opportunity to join you, honor our farmers, fishers, and indeed all actors along the agricultural value chain for their invaluable contribution to our sustenance and for the development of Mother Ghana. Recent global events, which have led to a food crisis across the world, call for greater appreciation of what our farmers and fishers here in Ghana have done and continue to do for us. On a daily basis, there are news reports of countries struggling under the combined weight of the forces of the COVID-19 pandemic, the climate crisis, and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The effects of these forces entail disruption of supply chains, hikes in fuel prices, spiraling inflation, and sharp reductions in economic growth. On the agricultural front, the impact is seen in the shortage and high cost of critical inputs for farming, such as fertilizers. Significant rises in fuel prices globally have contributed to rising prices of foodstuffs across the world, and Ghana is no exception. In response to the impact of the challenges to general food security, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, rallied world leaders to a food system summit in September 2021, in which I participated on the sidelines of the meeting of the General Assembly to strategize on how to mitigate the growing threat to food systems. The emphasis at the summit was to help avert extreme poverty and looming hunger, as specified in the UN Sustainable Development Goals 1 and 2, respectively. It was a call to action by all countries to prioritize agriculture and recommit to the transformation of food systems to build resilience and ensure sustainable food security. In this respect, I find the theme for this year's Farmers' Day celebration, accelerating agricultural development through value addition, most appropriate and timely. Value addition as a means of accelerating the development of agriculture is one of the logical strategies for ensuring food security, and rightly so. I say this because of the perennial problem of poverty experienced in most countries, including Ghana. Since 2017, strategic interventions in the agriculture sector have emphasized value addition through the implementation of the One District, One Factory flagship program by government. It is instructive to note that 172 of the 296 factories to be established under the program are agro-based, processing the rapidly increasing farm output of our farmers. Clearly, it is evident Ghana has been put firmly on the track of value addition. Government appreciates fully that value addition is one of the best ways to unlocking the huge potential of Ghana's agriculture. Current developments in the country have reinforced the need to direct greater attention to promoting value addition. As a country, it is important to draw on very hard lessons from the impact of external factors on our food systems. Food prices in urban centers are unacceptably high. However, that some internal factors are also contributing to the high prices. Government continues to evaluate the situation for appropriate action to be taken. Indeed, in July 2022, Cabinet set up an interministerial committee with a brief to intervene directly in the foodstuff market by buying food at the farm gate and transporting it for sale at urban centers. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture started the pilot food market in November by arranging for traders to bring food items such as plantain, yam, and rice direct to Accra from the production areas for direct sale to civil servants and the general public. The market has been so well patronized that it has been extended to 4 other locations within Greater Accra and is being rolled out in Kumasi, Akufo-addo, and Takoradi urban centers as well. And this is to enable consumers access to foodstuffs at affordable prices. Kono Chairperson, agriculture will continue to remain a top priority of my government. The massive investments made in the sector attest to this fact. The positive narrative about Ghana's support to the agriculture sector is that unlike in several other countries, Ghana is better prepared and has demonstrated resilience to the current adversities threatening to destabilize our food systems. This has been possible because of the sound pragmatic policies and programs rolled out at the inception of my stewardship. Our flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs, PFJ, with its focus on improving farm productivity through the use of technology on farms, has succeeded in increasing our food security and open up new opportunities for diversifying agricultural exports by promoting 6 tree crops for future substantial foreign exchange earnings. In 2016, government inherited production levels of 1.7 million metric tons of maize and 665,000 metric tons of rice. Under the Planting for Food and Jobs program, maize production reached 3.4 million tons by 2021 and rice to 1.2 million metric tons. The credit must go to our gallant farmers, fishers, and value chain actors who embraced the Planting for Food and Job policies and leveraged the opportunities created by the enabling environment for agricultural development. By design, Planting for Food and Jobs program has targeted other sectors under agriculture with promising results. Under its Rearing for Food and Jobs module, Some 134,400 birds and small ruminants were distributed to 1,254 beneficiaries in 2022 alone. In addition, 900,000 broiler-day-old chicks, together with 900 metric tons of feed and vaccines, have been contracted out for supply to farmers next year. Still, under the livestock sector, government has released 15.6 million cedis as payment of compensation to 280 farms affected by the highly pathogenic avian influenza. There is also support for disease surveillance, public awareness creation, capacity building, and the procurement of motorbikes for operational activities to enhance early detection, prevention, and disease management. As part of institutional strengthening for the Veterinary Service Directorate, 550 veterinary officers and allied staff have been recruited this year alone. Chairperson, the achievements of my government include the promotion of selected tree crops to diversify export earnings for the sector. For more than a century, Ghana has relied heavily on cocoa for foreign exchange earnings, whilst the potential for several other tree crops remains untapped. By an act of parliament, the Tree Crop Development Authority was established in 2020 to coordinate and promote the development of 6 tree crops, namely cashew, all palm, coconut, mango, and shea. At maturity, these selected crops will have the combined potential of generating annually an additional 12 billion United States dollars to supplement the annual 2 billion United States dollars from cocoa. Since the launch of the Tree Crop Development Program in 2018, several nurseries have been established with the participation of the private sector. The ministry, through the Tree Crop Development Authority, TCDA, facilitated the provision of 2.7 million improved seedlings to some 11,100 farmers during the 2022 cropping season. I commend the district assemblies for their participation in this effort, and I continue to urge our chiefs, landowners, and prospective investors to leverage the opportunities created in the tree crop subsector. Ghana Cocoa Board and other partners have facilitated the smooth introduction and enhancement of major interventions such as the National Cocoa Rehabilitation Program, the Hand Pollination Program, the pruning exercise, Cocoa Diseases and Pest Control Program, the Subsidized Fertilizer Distribution Program, amongst others. Please excuse me. I've been reliably informed that 2 years after we launched the National Cocoa Rehabilitation Program in the Western North region, a total farm area of 56,343 hectares have been fully treated across the cocoa growing regions as of September 30th, 2022. As a result of the success of the program, thousands of farmers who had abandoned their cocoa farms due to the devastating effect of the cocoa swollen sheet virus disease have returned and are active again in the cocoa business. You have to excuse me, I have a bad cough. It is important to underscore that these interventions brought back smiles on the faces of our Chinese farmers and also provided employment to some 27,000 youth in scheme areas. There is 1,361 as technical assistants, 1,845 as disease spotters, and 23,913 as farm hands. Como Chairperson, in 2019, the government began the implementation of the Cocoa Management System, CMS, to help establish a credible database on Ghana's cocoa. The Integrated Cocoa Farm Database, which includes the development of a software data system, a census of all cocoa farmers in Ghana, as well as mapping of all farms, will ensure for the first time the availability of accurate information on land size, geographic locations, population, and record of cocoa farmers and farms in Ghana. I'm happy to announce again that the CMS is ready, setting in motion the processes of rolling out fully the much anticipated cocoa farmers pension scheme. The mandatory pension scheme, which takes effect in the current 2022-2023 crop season, will provide a decent pension for cocoa farmers after a minimum of 5 years contribution. It is important to mention that the Living Income Differential LID pricing mechanism, being spearheaded by Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana, the two biggest global producers of cocoa, through the Côte d'Ivoire-Ghana Cocoa Initiative, is progressing despite seeming obstacles from some of our international trading partners. I want to assure our farmers that everything possible is being done to see to the full implementation of the scheme, to cushion them against price volatility, and also guarantee sustainable income, livelihoods, and for them. Fellow Ghanaians, the sustainability of the cocoa sector is contingent on also how effectively we are able to fight the devastating effects of the illegal mining menace galamsey. All of us, farmers and citizens, have a collective responsibility to bring this environmental canker to a halt if we do not want to ruin the inheritance our forefathers bequeathed us. Other interventions implemented by my government, which are critical for accelerated development of the country, including the following. A, greenhouse training centers. 3 greenhouse training centers with attached commercial units at Dawinya, Akumadai, and Bodrase for training youth in high-quality vegetable production have been constructed. These vegetables are sold to high-end shops such as Palace Mall, ShopRite, Starbite, KFC, and Burger King in Tema, Accra, and Kumasi, respectively. To date, some 537 youth have been trained, with 340 of them having received internship training in Israel. B, irrigation. Since 2017, substantial investments have been directed to the construction and rehabilitation of 12 irrigation, where 6 are 90% complete, 5 are between 45 to 70% complete, and the Pualugu Dam currently is at 5% completion. Together, these irrigation projects will make available 31,450 hectares of land for all year-round crop production when completed. C, warehouses. Measures taken by government to address other major marketing problems in the agriculture sector include construction of 80 warehouses of 1,000 metric ton capacity each for food storage and to reduce post-harvest losses. 65 of the 80 have been fully completed, handed over, and are currently in use. The remainder are all at advanced stages of completion, ranging from 70% to 90%. D, mechanization. To accelerate the process of agricultural modernization, my government, through various bilateral arrangements, has imported assorted agricultural machinery, including tractors, power tillers, planters, threshers, combine harvesters, and handheld equipment for smallholder farmers at a total value of $67 million United States dollars. These farm equipment and machinery are being sold at subsidized rates to farmers and other investors. Currently, I'm happy to report the processes have been concluded towards the establishment of a tractor assembly plant in Ghana. This will go a long way to reduce the cost of tractors, improve access to tractor parts, and create jobs. E, agriculture financing. To promote an increased investment in agriculture, government established the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk Sharing Agricultural Lending Scheme, GIRSA, in 2018. A little more than 3 years on, GIRSA has provided some 347 million cedis of guarantees, covering loans of some 720 million cedis to some 100 agri-businesses. These businesses are engaged in sale of agricultural inputs, direct production, aggregation, processing, marketing, and exports. The guarantees have contributed to lower interest rates for borrowers. To boost further financing for agribusinesses, government has established the Development Bank of Ghana, capitalized initially at 750 million euros, which will prioritize agriculture in its activities. F, Ghana Cares. Under the Ghana Cares or Batampa program, provision has also been made to enhance access to affordable financing for agribusinesses. A 50% interest rate subsidy provided to agribusinesses in selected value chains, namely rice, maize, soybean, tomato, and poultry. This complements the Outgrower and Value Chain Fund, which was established 11 years ago to provide medium to long-term financing at significantly reduced interest rates. Under the Savannah Investment Project, an amount of $2 million United States is also earmarked to provide credit to poultry value chain actors, especially those in processing. E, the U-Start program. Government has launched the U-Start program to provide training, entrepreneurial skills, and financial support to entrepreneurial youth within the age bracket of 18 to 40 years to help them start, build, and grow their businesses. The U-Start program will be a very important vehicle for equipping the youth to enter into agro-based businesses such as input distribution, marketing, and value addition, and leveraging on digital technology. Use the opportunity to encourage the district assemblies and faith-based organizations to support the youth to take advantage of the program. Honorable Chairperson, the overwhelming evidence points to an impressive performance of government in pursuit of its agricultural modernization and transformation agenda. From an average of 3.78% growth in the 5-year period from 2012 to 2016, average annual growth nearly doubled to 6.3% in the period 2017 to 2021. In the most recent years, the sector growth increased strongly from 4.7% in 2019 to 7.4% in 2020 and 8.4% in 2021, the highest annual performance in the Fourth Republic. This sterling performance compares favorably with the Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program's benchmark target of 6% of growth of agriculture for the attainment of national food security. Ironically, the highest growth rates posted were in 2020 and 2021, when the COVID-19 pandemic and other negative forces such as climate change and other diseases were impacting the center. Going forward, government will deepen investment in these areas and build on the achievements so far through additional interventions. Measures to promote import substitution. As part of measures to ameliorate the current economic difficulties, I have already outlined policy measures to curtail the imports of some food commodities for which we have comparative advantage. We will use the opportunity of this crisis to accelerate the agriculture modernization and transformation agenda. This effort will require strong intersectoral coordination at all levels and effective engagement and collaboration with the private sector and all other stakeholders in the agriculture ecosystem. Consequently, institutions such as the TCDA and pipeline strategic institutions like the Grains Development Authority will be strengthened and supported to deliver effectively on their strategic mandates. We'll also coordinate effectively with our foreign partners, leveraging their technical and financial resources to support this effort. Ghana has an untapped potential for grain production that can be exploited to feed the West African region and beyond. This is evident in the loads of grains such as maize, rice, and soya exported to neighboring countries such as Burkina Faso, Togo, Benin, and Cote d'Ivoire in the last 3 years. To unlock the potential of the grain industry, a bill is before Parliament requesting for approval to amend the erstwhile Grain Development Authority Act 1970 Act 234 to provide for the establishment of a body corporate to regulate, promote, and coordinate development of the grain industry. The authority, with private sector participation, will coordinate actors in the grain industry to achieve higher productivity, gain market access, and increase value addition. This effort will also maximize the benefits from the grain sector through effective regulation. The fisheries and agriculture sector is an essential component of our nation's economic development, providing employment to some 3 million people. Promoting value addition in the fisheries sector will not only ensure that Ghanaians have access to different fish products, but will also help protect the investment of actors in the value chain, improving exports and job opportunities. Government will continue to implement sustainable fisheries management measures to help conserve the dwindling marine fisheries resources and sustain the sector for future generations. The development of the aquaculture industry will also continue to receive government support as part of efforts to reduce our dependence on our marine fisheries resources. I'm happy to announce the Cabinet has granted 3 key approvals to the Ministries of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. For one, the automation of pre-mixed fuel distribution at landing beaches. 2, national fisheries and aquaculture policy. And 3, the preparation of a new Fisheries Act to replace the current Act 2625. Approvals are important for the sustainable management of marine fisheries resources and development of aquaculture. The Ministry is also at an advanced stage with regards to the implementation of Cabinet's decision for the acquisition of 1 research vessel and 4 patrol boats for the fisheries sector. The research vessel would facilitate regular fisheries research and stock assessment that would enhance data availability for science-based fisheries management, whilst the patrol boats will enhance enforcement capacity to curb the pervasive incidence of illegal and unregulated fishing and related activities in our territorial waters. Small fishers. I say I'm also aware of the challenges regarding the distribution and sale of premixed fuel to artisanal fishers. To address this, premixed distribution activities on landing beaches will be automated by the close of December 2023. The first 3 of the pilot phase is almost completed at Tema and will be commissioned in January 2023. Government is engaged in discussions with bulk distribution companies to address supply challenges with regards to premixed fuel. Honourable Chairperson, it is fairly obvious that a lot has been achieved in the sector, with many more projects and initiatives in the pipeline. At full maturity, these interventions will help consolidate the gains already made, strengthen the resilience of Ghana's food system, and ensure sustainable food security. Before I conclude, fellow Ghanaians, I want to point out again that our nation finds itself in considerable economic difficulties. It is important, therefore, that we put in place the relevant measures to address the hydra-headed economic challenges confronting us. The 2023 budget presented to Parliament by the Minister for Finance seeks to address these economic challenges through a number of very difficult but necessary measures. These measures include a debt operation to address our fiscal and debt sustainability concerns. Debt operations alone will not be enough to address the debt sustainability concerns. It is for this reason that we're complementing the debt operations with fiscal adjustments through improvement in revenue collection and expenditure rationalization measures to promote debt and fiscal sustainability. This is why the Minister for Finance outlined a number of revenue and expenditure measures for the consideration and approval of Parliament. These revenue measures increase in VAT rate by 2.5%. The review of the e-levy rate from 1.5% to 1%, and removal of the 100 CD threshold. Implementation of the VAT e-invoicing system, revision of selected excise taxes, the complete removal of discount on benchmark values, implementation of the unified property rate collection, and review of the National Fiscal Stabilization Levy to include all entities which are critical in supporting the fiscal consolidation process. The fiscal adjustment is envisaged not only on the revenue side, but also on the expenditure side. Government is proposing significant expenditure rationalization methods, including a lowering of the cap on transfers to earmark funds from 25% to 17.5%. Review of government flagship programs to reflect relevance, promote efficiency, and ensure value for money. Continue with a 30% cut in the salaries of the President, Vice President, Ministers, Deputy Ministers, MMDCs, and political office holders, including those in state-owned enterprises. Manage public sector wage negotiations within budgetary constraints, and integrate the public procurement approval processes with gift mix and budget allocation. There are other key public expenditure measures which seek to demonstrate government's burden sharing in addressing the economic challenges facing us. Measures which range from reducing fuel allocation, the size of convoys, the suspension of the creation of new government agencies, to a ban on the use of VA vehicles, are expected to reduce spending towards fiscal sustainability. Fellow Ghanaians, I am optimistic that all these fiscal measures, together with the debt operations and the implementation of key structural reforms to eliminate the structural bottlenecks in the economy outlined in the 2023 budget, will go a long way to address the economic challenges. I call on all Ghanaians in these difficult times to support these fiscal measures that the government has proposed for approval by Parliament to enable us to achieve the goal of restoring macroeconomic stability and promoting inclusive growth whilst protecting the poor. I would like also to use this occasion to make a special appeal to organized labor, which has proved to be a stalwart, principled ally of my government in our collective efforts over these last 6 years to build a strong Ghanaian economy, to continue its dialogue with its social partners, to find rapidly an acceptable solution to the ongoing salary negotiations, a solution which is realistic and fair. Finally, I want to end with a request on each one of us. Our economy suffers from another structural weakness, which we must address with urgency. Ghana has the second largest economy in West Africa, but one with the lowest tax to GDP ratio, 12%, within the context of an average of 18% in the countries of the ECOWAS region. It is absolutely essential for our future, if we are to realize our goal of a Ghana beyond aid, that we make rapid strides to meet the 18% and even higher target in order to strengthen our self-reliance and our capacity to finance our own development. It is in this light that I'm calling strongly for support for the measures that the Minister for Finance outlined in the budget proposals, which will enhance significantly revenue mobilization. It should be obvious to all of us by now that we can only rely on ourselves to build the Ghana we want. Honourable Chairperson and all dignitaries and citizens present, I wish you a happy and memorable Farmers' Day celebration. And congratulations to all award winners, especially the National Best Farmer and the National Best Fisher Person. May God bless our farmers and fisherfolk and us all. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention. And excuse me again for my coffee. Thank you.
His Excellency the President of the Republic, Nana Addo akufo-addo. A big round of applause. Now go Chrome. Now go Chrome. Now go Chrome. And now we move straight to the awards. We move straight to the awards. We'd like to invite the chair of the National Planning Committee of the 38th edition of the National Farmers Day, Honorable Yao Frimpong-Addo, to join me here. And then again, the co-chair, Honorable Moses Anim, is a Deputy Minister for Fisheries and Agriculture Development, to also join me here for the awards. It's just short and brief because we've made some modifications and changes in this year's award ceremony. So we will begin with the 2022 National Best Cocoa, Coffee and Shea Nut category. Coffee and Shea Nuts category, and I'd like to invite Nana Dokua to help us with the awards. So, the National Best Shea Nut Picker is coming from the Upper East Region, Kencity to be precise, and it goes to Baby Akatusi. The National Best Shea Nuts and Picker award winner from Kencity in the Upper East Region, Baby Akatusi. Thank you so much. We move on to the National Best Most Enterprising Female Farmer. National Best Most Enterprising Female Farmer, coming from Elembele Municipality in the Eastern Western Region. It goes to Joyce Dapa. The National Best Most Enterprising Female farmer, Auntie Joyce Dapa from Elembele Municipal Assembly from the Western Region. Thank you so much and congratulations. All right, we move on to National Best Most Promising Young Cocoa Farmer. The National Best Most Promising Young Cocoa Farmer from Takwa Isuim Municipality in the Western Region. It goes to Peter Pencil. Farmer. Cocoa farmer. Thank you. Thank you. And I'd like to say a big thank you to you, a member of Cocoa Board, Nana Dokua. And we're moving to the National Best Cocoa Farmer. I'd like to board chair of Cocoa Board, Honorable Peter McMenu, and the CEO of Cocoa Board, Honorable Joseph Edu. And these vehicles are for the most enterprising female cocoa farmer, the most promising young cocoa farmer, and of course the national best shea-nut picker. And this is coming from Ghana Cocoa Board. Yes. Congratulations and congratulations. We thank you, we thank you. So now, the national best cocoa farmer is coming from Sahiyoso Municipality in the Western North Region, Bismarck Flashi. The national best cocoa farmer from Sahiyoso Municipality, Mr. Bismarck Flashi. Yeah. Congratulations for feeding Ghana and making sure we add up to our national development. A round of applause for our national best cocoa farmer, Mr. Bismarck Flashi from Sahiyoso in the Western North Region. Thank you so much, and thank you the CEO of Cocoa Board, and of course the chairman of the Board of Directors, Cocoa Board. Thank you so much. Aiko. We move to the second category, where we have the national best fishes and aquaculture category. Here we are. And our sponsors include Japan Motors, CCT, Amisachi Ghana, Karma Ghana Limited, Ocean Fair, We2 Seafoods, Michael Star, and Pioneer Food Cannery. We are in the category of the National Best Fisheries and Aquaculture. And I'd like to invite the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Mavis Hawa Kumsi. The second runner-up, National Best Fisher, is taking home a modified tricycle, outboard motor, and a deep freezer. And from Chebi in the Eastern region, the second runner-up National Best Fisher is Clement Adai Anochi. From the president's hometown in the Eastern region, the Clement Adai Anochi, second runner-up National Best Fisher. The second runner-up National Best Fisher in the aquaculture category. Thank you so much. He's taking the whole modified tricycle, outboard motor, deep freezer. We move on to the first runner-up, National Best Fisher. From the Central region, from the Central Gonja, Savannah region, we invite Christiana Mojifa, first runner-up, National Best Fisher. Christiana Mojifa from Central Gonja, Savannah region. Congratulations, madam. Yes, first runner-up, National Best Fisher. And the first runner-up take modified tricycle, outboard motor, a deep freezer, and 43-inch television sets. Thank you. The overall National Best Fisher. The overall National Best Fisher. And he takes home 3.5 ton double cabin truck. Whoa. 3.5 ton double cabin truck. Alas Kujo, the overall Best Fisher, National Best Fisher, taking a gracious hug from the Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Hawa Kumsin. Congratulations. The 2021 National Best Fisher, your time is over. Now we have a new winner, Alex Kujo from Elmina Central Region. Congratulations. So now we are into the National Best Farmers category. And the first one is the National Best Female Farmer. And he received a cash prize of 100,000 Ghana cedis sponsored by the government of Ghana. Receives capacity building training and study tour in Ghana together with other 19 regional and district female award winners sponsored by USAID, Feed the Future Ghana Policy Link activity. And I'd like to invite the Agyapong Eastern Regional Minister, Honorable Seth Kwame Agyapong, to do us the honors. National Best Female Farmer comes from Wassa and Memphis West in the Western region. Her name is Ya Ajili. National Best Female Farmer received 100,000 Ghana cedis sponsored by the government of Ghana. Auntie Ajele received capacity building training and a study tour in Ghana together with other 19 regional and district female award winners sponsored by USAID, Feed the Future Ghana Policy Link activity. Thank you so much and congratulations, Auntie Ya Ajele. 100,000 Ghana cedis cash. Monio, Auntie Yadasi, Monio. And thank you so much, Honorable Minister. We move on to the National Best Crop Farmer. National Best Crop Farmer also received a total 125,000, jointly sponsored by Kingdom Ezim Group, 25,000, and the government of Ghana, 100,000. And I'd like to invite the Honorable Minister for Food and Agriculture, Honorable Dr. Owusu Afriye Akoto, and assisted by the Managing Director of Kingdom SM Group. If you're here, join us here. Thank you so much. The Honorable Minister for Food and Agriculture, Honorable Dr. Owusu Afriye Akoto. Now, the National Best Crop Farmer comes from from Plains South. Here in the Eastern region, Opayi Abraham Kweku Adusai. Home sweet home. Opayi Abraham Kweku Adusai. He takes home 125,000 Ghana cedis from the government of Ghana and the Kingdom SM Group. Obey Abraham Keku Adusa, thank you so much. Crop farmer for 2022. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have the loudest applause. Thank you, thank you. The Honorable over here, as we honor the National Best Livestock Farmer, receive 100,000 Ghana cedis, sponsored by the government of Ghana. From Upper West, Yakubu Isa, National Best Livestock Farmer. Yakubu Isa. Yakubu Isa. Yakubu Isa, thank you so much. Ghana is proud of you. Thank you. I would like to say a big thank you to the Honorable Minister of Food and Agriculture, Honorable Dr. Owusu Afriyie Akoto. Now, I believe that we have to join the president somewhere here. Yes. We have the last three. So join the president up there. And I must indicate that the National Most Enterprising Cocoa Farmer Award is supported by the World Cocoa Foundation. And the Young Most Promising Cocoa Farmer is also supported by Meiji of Japan. Time for the second runner-up National Best Farmer. Second runner-up National Best Farmer receives a tractor with implements sponsored by Stanbic Bank. Coming from Techima North in the Bono East region, the second runner-up National Best Farmer is Professor akufo-addo Amiao. Professor akufo-addo Amiao, the second runner-up National Best Farmer from Techima North in the Bono East region. And assisted by the Managing Director of Stanbic Ghana, decorated the second runner-up National Best Farmer for 2022, coming from Techima North in the Bono East region, Professor akufo-addo Amiao. He received a big tractor with implements from the Stanbic Bank. It can be done. Thank you and congratulations, Professor akufo-addo Amiao. We move on to the first runner-up National Best Farmer. First runner-up also received a tractor, a trailer, a big plow, and a boom sprayer sponsored by Ghana Exim Bank. Received a tractor, a trailer, this plow, and a boom sprayer by the Ghana Exim Bank. From Kintampo North in the Bono East region, the first runner-up National Best Farmer is Mr. Ajay Fosu Seth. And we like to call the Managing Director of Exim Bank to the Deputy CEO of Exim Bank, Mrs. Nana Acha-Obeng Adia, to join the President to give the award. sponsored by Bank. So the Deputy CEO is joining His Excellency the President of the Republic to honor Mr. Seth Ajay Fosu, the first runner-up national best farmer. Honorable Deputy Minister. Mr. Seth Ajay Fosu from Kintampo North, Bono East, is our first runner-up national best farmer. Agyapong say yay! Agyapong say yay! Your Excellency, the overall national best farmer. Yes, the overall best farmer is a 43-year-old farmer from the Agyapong district of Ashanti region. With tertiary education, he has been farming for the past 22 years. Employs a total of 145 workers, comprising 20 full-time employees and 125 casual employees. His farms are located in the communities of Bomfa, Ejira, and Akokwa in the Ashanti region. He is married with 4 children. His scale of operation is diverse and grants me the latitude to mention just a few. He has 900 acreage of oil palm, 63 acreage of citrus, 65 acreage of cocoa, 240 acres of maize, 17 acres of mango, 30 acres of cashew, 37 acres of cassava, 46 acres of cowpea. He has 17,500 poultry beds, 256 cattle, 72 sheep, 441 goats, 264 pigs, 104 grass cutter, 7,000 snails, 2,000 palm wheel liver. Over the years, he has demonstrated the needed business insight that is likely to motivate the young children to go into farming, notwithstanding the obvious challenges. He owns the Cerebral Farms Limited, the prestigious overall best farmer for 2022 goes to Nana Yao Sapong Cerebral from Asante Agyapong. And we would like to invite the newly appointed and endorsed Managing Director of ADB to join His Excellency the President to do us the honors. Mr. Alassane Yakubu Tali is the MD for ADB, and he is joining His Excellency the President to honor Nana Yao Sapong Cerebral from Ashanti Agyapong, the overall national best farmer. Nana Yao Sapon Sribo is the overall national best farmer, and he received a prize of 1 million Ghana cedis sponsored by ADB. And I'm glad that Mr. Alassane Yakubu Tali is here for that sponsorship. 1 million Ghana cedis, 2 nights, full board complimentary stay for 2, sponsored by Mediasi Valley Resorts. Now that invite me, I'll be there. The overall best farmer for 2022, Nana Yao Sapon Sribo. We have a new song for you. If you are ready. MD of ADB, we are inviting you for a photo opportunity. A new overall best farmer. Yes, the national best farmer for 2022, Nana Yao Sapon Sribo from Ashanti Jobin. Alhaji Mushud, today is the end of your story. We have a new winner. You had your glory in Cape Coast. In Koforidua, the glory is on Nana Yao Sapon Sribo. Alhaji has already handed over the sword of honor to our new national best farmer, Nana Piao. Abu Zabo Mesama Abunya Amukota Semeng. Sama na bunjano wa nana isoro be kame ho aha amusafo nya amontase ye da gro no ye ba wie ye nti aba yina wonie nana wo de piao ye mo ambo All right. Nana will give us a vote of thanks as being the national best farmer for 2022.
The next chairman, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Danfa, Honorable Minister of Agri, Honorable Minister of Fisheries, all dignitaries here present, Nana Utrosogbo, the second Chairman of the Council of State, Amahini of Labin Traditional Area, Nana Prokubatin, the third, Amahini of New Labin Traditional Area, fellow farmers, fellow award winners, past award winners, distinguished guests and stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media. On behalf of my fellow award winners and on my own behalf, we thank God for the gift of life and for a good weather to witness such a great day. We are indeed grateful to God. We also want to thank Mr. President, the ministers, the stakeholders, the sponsors, for acknowledging our good works and bestowing such honors on us. We are grateful. We also want to thank our great agents, staff from the region to the district to the municipal for the good extension service that you've been giving us over the years. That has brought us this far. We are indeed very grateful. It's excellent. Indeed, value addition is a key of increasing profit in agriculture. And I, in particular, am very happy that today's theme is very accurate and timely. That notwithstanding, Mr. President, one should not lose cognizance of the fact that value addition requires a huge youthful workforce. A huge youthful workforce. Mr. President, agriculture has been a priority on your list since you ascended the throne. And you have instituted a lot of measures that is promoting agriculture and motivating the youth into agriculture, especially the Youth in Agriculture program that has seen an exponential increase in the youth participation in agriculture. As a young, successful, and now current national best farmer, my outfit will partner with the ministries and all stakeholders to promote this agenda. We would engage the youth through hands-on training to give them impact knowledge on best agricultural practices and to address key concerns concerning agriculture, especially change, pest and disease control, and post-harvest losses. Mr. President, I believe this would let the youth understand the business of agriculture, whereby they increase their yield and make more money. Also, together with the ministries, we would identify, motivate, and mentor young entrepreneuring farmers. Mr. President, it is very, very important. I will use myself as a role model to champion the youth in agriculture projects. I am a mechanical engineer by profession, so the youth now know that gone are the days whereby agriculture was deemed to be for the aged, the uneducated, and the unskilled. Now, agriculture is for the youth, especially in this day and age of technological advancement, whereby agriculture has been made easy and better. Mr. President, the media will not be left out in my campaign. We will engage the media to allocate their time and their resources to cover value addition projects along the whole entire agricultural value chain. In this way, the youth would have the awareness and they will know how to apply themselves in the entire agricultural value chain. Mr. President, as much as the youth participation in agriculture is going up, I feel we can do more. Let me crave your kind indulgence and borrow the words of Agyapong Afari in her latest article in the Mirror to the Honorable Minister. And Agyapong states, for the youth to be attracted to agriculture, agriculture has to be made sexy. Mr. President, very sexy. Sexy in terms of reward, in terms of innovation, in terms of incentives, and in terms of motivation. Let me use this platform to also thank my parents who have stood with me throughout the peaks and troughs, encouraged and motivated me all along in my agricultural journey. My father, Ochefo Ochuo Srego II, Accra, Yamisha P. My lovely mother, Faustina Asari, Auntie Fausti. I also want to thank my wife, Paulina, and the 4 strong boys. I appreciate your patience for all the days and nights I spent at the farm. It has been a long and tortuous journey. I would also want to appreciate the various staff, management and staff of Subo Farms and all award-winning farms. There would not have been any farm without you. We are indeed grateful, and our work has certainly paid off. I would also want to thank everybody who has come to support our farmers. Please, I don't forget, to the Odadie family, this is certainly our year. This is a perfect year. The class of 27, led by the able IPS. In their lives, we shall see life. I thank you very much. May God bless our homeland, Ghana, and may the Black Stars have the best of luck today. Thank you very much.
Nana, thank you so much. The overall national best farmer from Asante Jobin. Thank you. Thank you. I'm inviting Alhaji Yusuf Amudani Suleiman, the regional chief imam, for the closing prayer. Shall we welcome the regional chief imam in the Eastern region, Alhaji Yusuf Amudani Suleimana, for the closing prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. We thank Almighty Allah for making this program successful. You Almighty Allah bless us all. Amen.
The national anthem. Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for gracing this occasion for us here at the Jubilee Park, Koforidua. And on behalf of the Regional Coordinating Council, on behalf of the Regional Minister, Honorable Seth Kwame Agyapong, we would like to say a big thank you for your support for this year's events here in Koforidua. Thank you, and may the Black Stars win.